Okay, what I really think is the fight of the night at UFC Perth, and it's Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Two guys that I really like. Tim Elliott is coming off of a big win versus Kai Asakara, and I bet him to win that fight at plus 260. I wasn't that confident in it, but people were laughing at me for making that pick. And now, if you look around the internet, there's a lot of people on Tim Elliott in this fight. And I think there's less of a chance that he wins this as compared to the last one. And the odds suggest that, as now he's a plus 300 underdog, which is larger than he was in the last one. But I do think he matches up decently, and he does have a shot to win this, and I will be on him again. So we're looking into UFC stats here. We have Elliott with a lot more experience, a bit of a salty record at 22-13. They both go long in the fight. Elliott averaging under the 3 rounds, and Steve Erceg right about at a 3-round average. They're both about the same size, both about the same reach. Erceg is about 10 years younger, which does matter here because Elliott is about 39. Erceg with the edge and significant strikes per minute, 4, whereas Tim Elliott's just 3.37. Equal accuracy. Elliott absorbing less, more grappling from Elliott, and then also just awkward movements, as his old nickname used to be Awkward MMA. So he's only absorbing 2.6, whereas Erceg is absorbing 3.79. And then obviously you have Elliott with a better defensive percentage. Then you get into the grappling here. Elliott averaging way more, 3.7. And then higher accuracy, less takedown defense, but he's such a weird scrambly guy that he's not as worried about being taken down. Averages over a submission per fight. I think Erceg's a really great grappler, and that's something I really liked about him coming into the UFC. But I think Tim Elliott is a hard guy to grapple with, especially early. He might start to wear down, and then he has been caught in things. We'll get into the breakdown of what his losses were in just a bit. But I real quick want to touch on Tim Elliott landing takedowns, because years ago, here it is, 12 takedowns versus Louis Smolka. And it's 12 takedowns on 14 attempts. You really don't, and then he's got 7 here, he's got 6 here. You really just don't see people put up those numbers besides Merab Dvalishvili. He's got 6 here against Victor Altamirano. And I think he probably could take Erceg down if you want to look here real quick. Ode Osborne took Erceg down. Brandon Moreno took him down. Pantoja took him down 9 times. Huge Pantoja fan, I am. I hope he comes back strong and has enough left in his career to make a couple more big fights. So like I said, we're going to get into the breakdown of how Tim Elliott's wins and losses breakdown. 10-6 by decision, not a great record, but I mean, I do like to see that he's gone the distance 16 times, and also having 10 wins is good. Gets even saltier with submission. 8 submission wins to 6 losses. He's been submitted just about as many times as he's won by submission. But, I mean, he fought at a time when there was a lot of good grappling in the weight class, and there still is right now, really. In just 3-1, the knockout, he's a tough guy, and he's also not somebody I expect to get too many knockout wins. It's more of like accumulation if he does. Obviously, his best win lately is the Asakura one. But then also Tagir Ulanbekov, I think it's impressive to get the win there. But if you look, he was submitted by Mohamed Makayev. He was submitted by Brandon Royval. Very good fighters, both of them. Davison Figueiredo, especially the guillotine for Figueiredo. He's good at that. Yeah, Steve Erceg never submitted. I'm not expecting Elliott to get the submission here either. Again, you see not very many knockouts, not very many knockout losses for Erceg. Kind of similar to Elliott in that it's more of a grappling game for him, or just accumulation of strikes. So 5-3 by decision, not bad. And most of those I think have come more lately. Yeah, lost by decision to Brandon Moreno, lost by decision to Alexandre Pantoja. So that's 2 of his 3 submission losses just since he's gotten into the UFC. And then he was knocked out by Kai France, beaten by Brandon Moreno. He had a run at the top. They realized he wasn't ready for the top. They sent him back down to Ode Osborne, and then he's going against a real gatekeeper now in Tim Elliott. I'm not confident that Elliott wins this fight, but this is more of a value bet, and that I think the chance of Tim Elliott winning this fight is greater than plus 300 because I think he matches up so well with almost anybody for his weird style and for what he's able to do. I think he matches up pretty good with Erceg, and it should be a close fight for as long as it lasts. So I'm going to take the big value number at plus 300 with Tim Elliott. I might also look to add him by decision because I expect that to be a really big number, probably just a half a unit on that, and I'll probably have that as one of my props on the Prop Fiend show on Friday night on Fight Fiend Forecast YouTube channel.